Have you ever set this massive, life-changing goal, only to watch yourself mysteriously tear it all down right before you actually achieve it? It's like you really want to succeed, you want to be healthy, you want to break a bad habit, but some hidden part of you just seems to sabotage every single effort. Well, let's dive into exactly why that happens. Welcome to an incredibly eye-opening explainer designed to stop that self-sabotage dead in its tracks. Today, we're looking at a powerful book summary that will basically hand you the keys to your own mental machinery. We're going to explore the absolute core concepts that define true personal growth and self-improvement. And if you've been looking for an In the Power of the Subconscious Mind summary, you are absolutely in the right place to learn how to turn from a passive victim of circumstance into the active architect of your own reality. Now, why does trying your absolute hardest almost always guarantee you'll fail? I know, it sounds completely backward, doesn't it? We are constantly told that sheer willpower, grinding and white-knuckling our way through problems is literally the only path to success. But think about a time you tried really, really hard to fall asleep. What happened? The harder you consciously tried to force it, the more wide awake you became, right? Or think about trying desperately to be confident in a high-stakes meeting, only to feel your anxiety totally skyrocket. This is the shocking paradox of the human mind. Forcing success with raw willpower usually backfires on us. And to understand why, we've got to look at a deeply ingrained mental law. This paradox brilliantly illustrates exactly why willpower fails. It's called the law of reversed effort. In The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, Joseph Murphy teaches us this highly counterintuitive principle. It goes like this. When your conscious mind says, I want to succeed, but your underlying programmed subconscious belief is rooted in a fear of failure, those two minds go to war. And guess what? Your deeper subconscious imagination is going to win every single time. Your underlying fear acts as a much stronger command than your conscious desire. The harder you fight with your conscious mind, the more power you're actually giving to your subconscious fears. So the solution here isn't to just try harder. The solution is to completely change the underlying programming. Let's jump into Section 1, the Master Secret Revealed, Understanding Your Inner Mind. To really master your mindset, you have to fully grasp the duality of your mind. Think of your mind like a giant garden. Your conscious mind, the part of you that's actually listening to me right now, making rational decisions, that's the critical reasoning gardener. The gardener's main job is to choose the seeds. But your subconscious mind, that is the incredibly fertile, totally obedient soil. It's the workhorse. But here is the massive catch. The soil does not judge at all. It honestly can't tell the difference between a beautiful, healthy seed and a poisonous weed. It simply takes whatever the gardener plants and grows it into reality. If you plant thoughts of lack, fear, and sickness, well, the soil obediently grows a reality of poverty and illness. If you plant seeds of abundance and health, it grows that instead. It's just a completely neutral, literal-minded engine. So the crucial point is captured perfectly in this quote. Your subconscious mind does not argue with you. It accepts what your conscious mind decrees. Basically, this means your deeper mind takes everything you say incredibly literally. Every single piece of negative self-talk, every time you catch yourself saying, oh, I'm just bad with money, or I'm literally dying of embarrassment, your subconscious mind accepts that as an absolute, factual command. It doesn't get sarcasm, it absolutely doesn't understand jokes, it just gets to work behind the scenes to make those statements true in your everyday life. You are the programmer, and your habitual thoughts are the software running the whole shebang. Okay, moving right along to Section 2, Reprogramming for Health and Wealth, moving from theory to practice. So if we are the programmers of this mental software, how do we actually write better code? The primary tool for this reprogramming is what the source material refers to as scientific prayer. Now hold on a second. Before you tune out, this is not about begging a distant deity to swoop in and magically fix your life. Not at all. It's actually a structured, repeatable, almost scientific formula for impressing your conscious desires directly onto your inner mind. It's all about creating a perfect harmony between what you want and what you deeply, truly believe. And the secret ingredient here, the absolute core of this entire process, isn't just thinking the right words. It's actually about feeling. Let's break down how to actually do this, because these are some of the most important key ideas for achieving real success. Here are the 3 steps. Step 1, consciously choose your desired outcome. You got to be specific here. Step 2, impress it upon the subconscious through feeling. And step 3, feel the joy and gratitude as if it has already happened. Let me just repeat that last part because it is arguably the most critical part of this entire process. Intellectual understanding just isn't enough. You can't just logically state, I want to be wealthy, and expect a miracle. You have to actually feel the reality of that desire in your bones. You have to cultivate the profound gratitude and joy of already having it. That specific feeling is the water and sunlight that actually makes the seed grow in the fertile soil of your mind. But hey, remember the law of reversed effort we talked about earlier? If you try way too hard to force this feeling, your conscious mind is just going to step in and block it. So how do we sneak past that critical gatekeeper? Enter the Baudouin technique, which is also known as the lullaby method. As you're falling asleep at night, your critical, reasoning, conscious mind starts powering down, right? And that leaves your highly receptive subconscious completely wide open. In this drowsy, half-awake state, you gently lull your mind to sleep while repeating a very simple positive phrase, kind of like a lullaby. By doing this in a totally relaxed, sleepy state, you completely bypass all that conscious resistance and plant the seed directly into the deep soil. Now let's see how this translates into practical behavior change, specifically when we're talking about breaking bad habits. If you try using willpower to fight a habit, you are focusing entirely on the struggle, which, guess what, only reinforces the habit in your subconscious. Instead, you've got to use the law of substitution. You literally do not fight the habit. You completely replace the mental image altogether. Say you want to quit smoking. You don't focus on how terribly hard it is to quit. Nope. You vividly, emotionally picture the joy, the incredible health, and the sheer freedom of being totally free from the habit. You're substituting the image of struggle with the image of freedom. It's a total game changer. And you know, this exact same logic applies directly to financial success. A poverty mindset constantly criticizes money. If you walk around thinking money is evil, or if you catch yourself secretly resenting wealthy people, your subconscious takes that as a direct, literal command. Money is bad, keep it away from me. You are internally actively repelling wealth. To actually achieve financial freedom, you have to build a wealth consciousness. You absolutely must stop criticizing prosperity and start feeling prosperous right now. Because the feeling of wealth is what actually produces wealth, your external world. It's really just a mirror reflecting your internal programming. All right, let's move into Section 3, 7 Essential Life Lessons, Rules for Your New Reality. These are the main lessons you definitely want to memorize. Some truly powerful life lessons here. Number 1, your inner world creates your outer world. Bottom line, to change your life, you gotta first change your mind. Number 2, never sleep with negativity. Sleep is prime programming time, so feed your mind peace before bed. Number 3, your subconscious can't take a joke. Guard your self-talk really carefully. Number 4, gratitude speeds manifestation. A thankful heart literally connects you to creative forces. Number 5, stop criticizing prosperity. See money as just a neutral tool. Number 6, don't try, just believe. Shift away from that stressful willpower to a relaxed expectation. And number 7, which I think is incredibly profound, forgive for your own sake. Look, holding a grudge is exactly like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. When you hold on to anger, your subconscious just interprets it as a command to create even more anger and stress in your own body and life. Forgiveness isn't even about the other person. It is a selfishly necessary act for your own mental peace. Which brings us to our final part, Section 4, Architect of Your Destiny, Taking the Wheel. If you take away only one single thing from this entire explainer today, please let it be this incredibly profound truth. You are the only thinker in your universe. Read that again. You are not a passive victim of some cruel random world. You are absolutely not at the mercy of your circumstances. You are the captain of the ship, and your subconscious mind is just the crew waiting for your orders. Taking full 100% responsibility for the thoughts you habitually think is the absolute first step toward total transformation. So, I want to leave you with this final lingering question to really think about. What seeds will you plant in the garden of your mind today? Seriously, are you going to let the weeds of fear, doubt, and limitation just grow wild? Or will you take the wheel, step fully into the role of the conscious gardener, and begin planting the seeds of health, wealth, and absolute freedom? The soil is just sitting there, waiting for your instructions. The choice is entirely yours.